How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And today we got an unboxing. Got a brand new one. I know what it is. I'm pretty sure what it is. And if it is what I think, they got it here really fast. This is what I bought on Black Friday. If it's what I think it is, it's what I bought on Black Friday. From White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives. And it's Monday. And I just bought it on Friday. Wow. Wow. That's pretty awesome. This is the only thing I bought on Black Friday, by the way. And doing the unboxing is my Begleiter 2. One of my favorite work knives. I love this one because I love the size of it. I love all the others, you know, the 3.5 inch blade ones, you know, that I've shown you. I love those too, but I just like this one better because I like having I think it's a 3.9 inch blade, almost a 4 inch blade. I love having the length of this blade. I like how it's full flat ground, and I like how it's slicey. I think it's a 3mm or a 3.1 or 2mm blade. Excellent slicing blade. And 154 CM rocks. It's one of my favorite steels. Ingot steels of all time. 154 CM. Okay, let me see this. Let's open it this way. All right. Oh, I hear Juno over there. She's playing, running around. All right. Oh yeah, it's exactly what I thought it would be. Yes, it's the one I didn't have. It's the only one I didn't have that I know of. From White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives. I really like Kizers though. I like how they give you the all the little extra things that they give you too. There's the booklet. There's your warranty information, everything in it. And your little cloth. And it has a fold out. It shows the manufacturing process in the factory. And it gives you all your warranty and care information on it. I always keep all my stuff together because this one I plan on being a user, but you know, I may sell it down the road. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know what the future may hold. But here it is right here. This is white G10. It's not FRN, it's G10. I like how they give you all the extra hardware and stuff too. This one has black hardware. Cool. I think this one's black hardware too. Very cool. Class act. That's why I call it class act. Kizer is a class act. I even like how they billboard on the blade. I like their billboarding. I like how they put down all their labeling and information on the blade. I'm putting all this stuff away. And it'll go in the storage where I keep all the boxes for things. Things I don't already have in boxes. Things are out either in rolls or in my rotation drawers. Kizer. I love the Kizer button locks. Perfectly centered. Beautiful. I like all the black hardware. One thing I do wish though, that I wish that these white scales weren't just white. I'll probably dye these because this white is not really doing it for me. But I've been wanting to make a purple knife. I like the color purple, people. I know, I like purple and I like orange. And black and satin and polished. Oh, and stone washed. I like the black stone wash too, like this one. I like black stone wash. Oh man, this one doesn't even have button stick. It's got solid lockup, no button stick. See, no button stick. You don't hear no. It's perfect. This one had a little bit of button stick at first, but it's pretty much gone now. You can't even hear anything anymore. But this one at first it had some button stick, and then I took it apart and I lubed everything, and you know how I do. I lube everything and I put some oil in it. And I even put a lot of grease in here where the button is, because I know when you put grease on the springs last longer. And after I put it back together, it wasn't hardly even sticking at all then. So I don't know if it was just dry, or if the alignment on the handle and the scale was just a little bit off, where it was causing some button stick or something. Excellent knives. All right, guys. Well, I said I got all of them now, huh? Well, where's the other one? This is the other one. I got this one when I bought this one at the same time from White Mountain Knives. All of mine came from White Mountain Knives. And this is the carbon fiber one. I forget what they call it. It's a special kind of carbon fiber. That's carbon fiber. Marbled carbon fiber. That's what it is. Marbled carbon fiber. And this is the most expensive one. These are like $130 something, $134. And they're basically just like the other knives, only they got the fancy scales on them. So you're paying for the scales. You're not really paying so much for the knife, because the knife is just like these. This knife has the exact same steel. They're both 154 cm, and blade and everything's identical. But this one was only, because I got on their sale. It was like, I can't remember, like $71 or something like that. The total cost to have it shipped, $71 shipped or something like that. I can't remember exactly, people. But this is what I bought on Black Friday. And as you can see, they're exactly the same, except for the handle scales. This one has G10, this one has the marbled carbon fiber. This one was, I think these are normally like $94 or something like that. And these are normally like $134. The only difference is the scales. Hey, sweetie, I see you came to join us, huh? I saw you over there running around. What were you doing? You over there running around back and forth. What you doing, kiddo? Want to say hi to everybody out there in YouTube land? Huh? That's my girl. Okay, sweetie. Why don't you get down so I can do the video? You gonna let me do the video? Don't let me do the video there, girl. Okay, sweetie. Give me some kisses. Okay, sweetie. Wanna come over here? Huh? Wanna come right here? Juju. There you go. There you go. All right. Absolutely love these people. Let's get some specs out. And see, one thing I like about button locks, they're really easy to operate even in my left hand. My weak hand, my strong hand is my right hand. I can operate them easily with either hand. That's one thing that's really cool about button locks, if you ask me. Let's move this out the way. Let's get some measurements and specs and stuff done. Okay, the new one. We need, all these are the same measurements, so we don't need to do every knife. We just need to do one. 0. let's say 3.15, almost 3.2. I call it a 3.2 millimeter blade. Just to check. Yep, they're all the same. Exactly the same. All right. The length. These are supposed to be 3.9-inch blades. And they are. Total length is 8 7/8. Just a little bit, make sure I've got it on the tip here. I'd say 9 inches, because if you go to this point, because this is the taller point of the handle. 9 inches. The handle is 5 inches, and the blade is just almost 4 inches. Weight. This is a new one with G10 scales. .4 ounces. 5.4 ounces. That's the G10 one. The marble carbon fiber version. 5.1 ounces. This one's lighter. Carbon fiber is lighter than G10, that's why. And this one is the micarta. So now I got the carbon fiber, micarta, and G10. 5.1. So micarta is weighing the same amount as the carbon fiber. And G10, let's weigh it again. 5.4. G10 one's the heaviest one. Let's compare them to some other knives. How about some of my other favorite button locks, the 3.5 inch versions. We can take this out the way now. And one other thing I'm going to do before I get to that, let's go over the markings. Begleiter XL and AZ. That was an Azo. He's the designer of this knife. And on this side it says V5458E2 or Echo 2, 154 cm. And it says Kizer. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the markings because they're really small. I like the way Kizer billboards their knives. I like the way they put the blade markings. I think it's really cool. I like the shape of this blade too. This blade is an awesome slicing blade. Nice drop point blade with the swedge up here. Beautiful blade. This is an awesome slicer, people. Next video I'm going to do with these types of knives, with all the other ones I like to carry to work, I want to do a slicing video. A slicing video. Let me show you all three up close. Beautiful knives, people. These reverse finger flick real easy too. And the thumb stud You just barely push on it. Well, this was not lubed yet. It really shoots out there nice. Beautiful blades. This is another one I haven't carried, I just collected. The only one I've carried so far is this one. And I carry this one a lot. It's one of my favorite blades for like food prep and stuff at work. And I'm gonna carry this one too. This one's going in the box too. I gotta figure it out though. I got too many knives in the box now. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna dye it purple, people. I got the purple. I got the Rit dye too. I just haven't done anything yet. This one, because the natural G10 scales, like you see on a lot of my other knives, I like the natural G10. I like the way it's you can almost see through it. I love that. I love that. This is just like a solid white. It's like an ivory color. It's not like a white. It's like an ivory. It's got a little bit of tan to it. But I bet you it'll dye really nicely with the Rit dye. This is going to be a purple one, people. I'm going to make this one purple. It's going to be a user too. I didn't get it to collect, I got it to use. Oh man, I love these. All right, let's bring out some other knives. Compare them to. How about the new Sin Cut? I don't know if I'm saying this name right, but I'm calling it the Sachet. If I'm saying it wrong, please let me know. You can compare the size of them. Let's put these down here. How about the Assassin XL? I always like to line up the pivots when I compare sizes. So that way you can truly see how long the blade is compared to the next blade. The pivots and where the blades actually get started from when they get measured. Next one up is one of my new ones I really like. I really like this one because I like the way the handle feels in my hand, and I feel really safe the way that the handle shape. The Lago, the new CJRB Lago plunge lock. This is a beautiful knife. This is an awesome slicer too. This is one of my favorites to take to work now too. Let's compare that. Well, let's put it up here, huh? Last but not least is one of my original favorites of the new plunge locks. The one that I modified, my Conspirator, my Damascus Conspirator. And this is a Civivi knife. See, all these are 3.5-inch blades, and you can compare them to a 4.9 inch or 3.9 inch blade. It's just a little bit of difference. It's really not that much of a difference, but it's enough difference to feel like this knife is bigger though. Because with that little bit of difference, they make the handle a little bit longer, the blade's a little bit longer, so it's like the handle feels like you got a lot of space on it, which is one thing I really like. I like feeling comfortable when I'm holding a knife. And I'm not talking about like for self-defense or anything, I'm just talking about in general. These are knives that, they could be good self-defense folders, sure. But these are the kind of knives I like to use at work because they're great slicers. And I also have some Spydercos I like, like the amalgam and the sliver axe. It's not just these. These are the ones I tried out this year. These are all new knives for this year. I didn't have these knives last year. I bought them this year. And as you all know, the ones that sort of follow, they know that my rotation drawer each rotation drawer represents a different year. And these are the 2022 year knives. Last year I had different knives. I didn't have any Begleiters last year. And I didn't have any of these knives last year. I did have a Cogent I was because Cogents came out last year, and that was my first introduction into the new button locks. Other than like the ones I've already had, because I've had lots of American-made button locks, but these are the first foreign button locks I've had, and these are awesome. Why are they awesome? Because they're super inexpensive. The materials that they're made out of is awesome, and they're very lightweight, very easy to carry, and they don't look too aggressive. People see them at work, they don't freak out or whatever. These are a little bit on the bigger side. I can picture these. I've never had that issue though at work with these though. But then again, nobody's seen it at work either. So, well, yeah, one person I work with seen this one at work, and they didn't even trip. But they're used to me having a knife all the time, in the kitchen doing food prep for myself when it's my break time. So they didn't even trip because they know I always bring a knife to work to do stuff like that with. But I don't like carrying things at work, and because in the environment that I work in, that looks too aggressive. The knives I like to carry when I'm not at work are the more aggressive knives. The ones that, because when I'm not at work, I always carry at least a 4-inch long blade, a lot of times I carry like my 80-20S's and things like that. But I'll carry those to work sometimes too. The 80-20.5s and 80-20S's, those are the ones that you see in my drawer. Those are my work knives. I carry those to work too. Every knife that you see in my rotation drawer that I try out every year, those are pretty much all work knives. A couple of them, like the Spartan, I wouldn't carry that to work because that does look intimidating. But that's one of my knives I like to carry when I'm not at work. When I'm riding around on a motorcycle, goofing off, hanging out with the fellas and stuff. That's a cool knife to have then. Everything has its place and its time. I know a lot of people want to force the rules, and if they live in places where you can carry anything you want and stuff like that, they want to carry the most giant thing in the world. That's okay. If you're in an environment where that's okay. But if you're not in an environment where that's okay, I wouldn't suggest doing that. Even if the rules allow it, I wouldn't suggest doing it because I don't like myself. When I'm at work, I don't like to intimidate my fellow employees or whatever. I just want to work with everybody in harmony and stuff and get along and get my paycheck every month. but that's me though. I'm not trying to rock the boat. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a time and a place to carry any kind of knife. Sometimes it's best. It's the place like when I went to college, we weren't allowed to carry anything with a blade that was longer than 2.5 inches. And now I don't think you can even carry that on a college campus. But when I went to college, it was in the dark ages, so you were allowed to have a pocket knife, and I used to carry my little charade that I showed you guys, my little American-made charade, and it was a copper lock knife. But I think it had like a 2.5-inch blade or something like that, 2.5, maybe 3 inches. I think it was 2.5. But it was like just a little American-made pocket knife. It was a scrimshaw pocket knife that they made back in the day. I used to carry that all the time. But I always like to carry some sort of knife on me because I don't know. You might need a knife to cut something open or cut something loose or whatever. I think it's just a good safe thing to have, even if you're not using it for self-defense. I think it's just good to have a knife anyway. And you don't have to have a big giant self-defense folder or anything like that. Like types of things I like to carry. Carry whatever you want to carry. I always tell people that we're all different. We all have our personal needs, wants, and desires, and sometimes they always don't match each other's wants, needs, and personal desires. But that's cool because it'd be very boring if everybody had to like the exact same thing and do the exact same thing and go the exact same places and wear the exact same clothes and look just alike. That'd be a boring world, wouldn't it? I like variety. I don't want to eat the same thing every day. I live in California, in a city with almost 3 million people in it, and we got all kinds of food here. You can go get Jamaican food, you can go get Chinese food, you can go get sushi, you can go get some hamburgers, you can go get whatever you want, steak, lobster, whatever, And you can get Mexican food, you can get every kind of food here. And I like that. And maybe I'm kind of spoiled like that, you know, because I've been thinking about moving to other places and stuff, and then you do research and stuff, and you find out that they don't have variety like that. And I don't know how well I would do in an area like, because I grew up here in California, so I grew up experiencing everybody's culture, because that's how it is. You know, it's a very mixed place out here. So it's like you won't, you know, if you live in a big city in California, you won't never live in a city that just has like one group of people, one ethnic group of people. You'll have whatever the world has, because whatever the world has lives here. Everybody from all over the world lives here. And so there's all kinds of cultures. And I like that. I like that. But anyway, I love these knives, people. This is an awesome knife. It's one of my new favorites. Now, it's fidgety. It's fidgety. Let me say it's not, I don't want to say that it's not fidgety. It's very fidgety. But the way that this one's made, it has like a spring or washer that's like got a concave shape to it that presses on the blade tang and pushes it over. And that's what keeps the blade tight. It's made a little bit different. Whereas the other ones don't have that. They just have the area on the blade tang machined out to mate the plunger. And this one has that too, but it also has the extra thing of the washer. And I'm gonna try to show you like the differences. Probably the best way to show you would be to take it apart. I need to do a video like that to show you the differences. Because CJRB is the only one that makes the plungers like this. But it's a real plunger knife, don't get me wrong. It's a real plunger knife, but it's just done a little bit differently. When I first took this apart to lube it, because it's a knife I wanted to carry, you all know how to do knives I want to carry, take them apart. I should have filmed it. But I saw that it had one compression washer on one side and didn't have it on the other side. And that sort of like struck me as like kind of weird. And then I realized how it worked. Then I understood it. Like these have a little bit better action, the Syncuts and the Civivis and the Kizers, because they don't have that. This plunge lock's made pretty much like a ProTech plunge lock, like American made, you know, ProTech or a Hogue or something like that. It's made, you know, just like how they make their plunge locks. One thing I do like about the Lago though is that the plunger covers just about the whole blade tang. I've never seen a plunge lock be like that. Usually plunge locks usually cover like the first 25% of the blade tang. This one's almost like 99%. Can you see that? I'm trying to show it to you. And this is a Syncut, Civivi or Syncut. Let's see how this one's covering, like, I'm trying to show you. It's the best way to get the lighting. This one covers a large portion of the blade tank too, but it's not like the CJRB. Here's the Kizer. You can see that one pretty good. Kizer covers a little bit more than the Civivis and the Syncuts. But still, CJRB covers the most of the blade tank. Why is that important? I think that's important because I think the lock's going to be stronger. You know, if they made this out of good steel and good materials, the plunger parts, and if the liners are made out of, you know, heat treated stainless steel, and the stop pins are all, you know, properly heat treated and made out of proper steel, this should be a fairly strong plunge lock. This one's kind of hard to see because everything's black. This is the Conspirator, Civivi Conspirator. Now, I really like these. And I like how when it's closed, this is pretty much flush. The button, the plunge spring, it's pretty much flush. Now this one, you do have to push it a little bit further. Because like if you just push the button like, see that? Now if I push a Syncut that far, the blade would collapse. Because these you don't have to push them hardly anything at all, and the blade will collapse. But that's because I don't think the plunger covers as much of the blade tang. This one you have to push the plunger all the way across the blade tang. Awesome knives. Awesome knives. I dig them all. I love them all. And these have, I don't know about these, but I've taken apart the Civivis, and they have a bronze phosphor ceramic ball cage, which is really nice. The Kizer I've taken apart also, and it has a cage that's made out of nylon. And I think this was a nylon one too. I haven't taken apart the sim cut. And I haven't taken apart this one. But I have taken apart this one, which is probably like all these are all the same, I bet. And so, you know, what that means to me is that I like the bronze phosphor cages better than like the nylon cage for the bearings. That's all I'm saying. So this is a little bit nicer bearings, I think, that are in the Civivis. And I bet you the sim cuts are made just the same way, but I'm not sure. I can't tell you for sure. Can't tell you for sure. Because I don't want to say one thing or the other and be wrong. But anyway, people, that's these. This is the new one. This is the new one. Absolutely love the black hardware. That's going to look tough with purple. Purple and black will look nice together. Beautiful knives. Absolutely love these, people. I like the black pocket clip too. This one I didn't carry because I really just got to collect. I always planned on carrying this one, and I was just going to collect this one. I had two of these, and I sold one to one of you guys. One of you guys bought it from me. And this one, it's a keeper. These two are going to be users. I'm going to put both of these in my box. I like this one. It's an awesome work knife. This one's flawless. And I've been flipping it and flipping it and flipping it. And at first, the pivot got loose, and I put some blue Loctite on it and let it sit for a couple days. I went back to using it. And ever since then, it's never come loose. It stays perfect. Stays perfect. Absolutely love these, people. Highly recommend them. The Kizer Begleiter 2 XL. You can get them at White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives. I think Knife Center has them also now, and Mojave Outdoors. They might have some. They might be out of them by now though, because Mojave Outdoors always goes out of stuff. But I think White Mountain Knives still has these. If you want to get one of these. Highly recommend for you plunge lock fans that like the new inexpensive. I don't want to call them budget because I don't think of these as budget knives. This is not a budget knife. This is a good knife. 154 cm blade steel. Excellent steel. Excellent steel for just about any kind of knife. Back in the 90s, this was top of line steel. This was premium steel. So was D2, and so was 440C. Oz 8 was even a premium steel at one time. All right, people. That's it for these. I'm going to put this one out there for you today. Today is Monday. Monday the 28th of November, 2022. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Peace. Stiletto.